Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to look at another Three Stooges short. This one is called Some More of Samoa, and I'll tell you why the name of that is really cool. It's actually the 59th Stooges short in the entire 190 short series by Columbia Pictures, including all of the Stooges, of course. Now, in case you don't know, I'm so excited to announce that we have surpassed the 100,000 subscriber milestone. I'm so happy and I'm so thankful to each and every one of you that have made that possible. Now, in regards to this Stooges short, it was filmed between May 12th and the 15th, 1941, and the release date was December 4th, 1941. In this one, the Stooges are tree surgeons, yes, you heard that right, tree surgeons who are enlisted by a rich man to find a mate for his rare puckerless persimmon tree. Yes, as strange as can be. Now the boys set sail to the tropical island of Blvd to find the tree. Now when they arrive there, they are captured by the natives and they will be eaten unless Curly marries the chief's daughter, but she is ugly. Now the Stooges fortunately escape with the tree, and after confronting an alligator, they sail off with their prize. Now before I realized this, I didn't know, and that's the film title. Now it's a self-contained pun. If you read it in this way, I'll read it both ways so you can understand what I'm talking about. Read simply as it is, it reads Some More of Samoa. However, if you rush it, especially the first part, Samoa of Samoa, it almost sounds like you're saying the same thing. Samoa, Samoa, Samoa. So yeah, it's a play off of Some More, Samoa, and I think that's pretty genius. I love how the Stooges do really clever things with the titling. Now, even though it is titled Samoa of Samoa, the film is actually set in the fictional island of Blvd. Now, in regards to the exterior shots, and that is when we see the main house. Now, that main house is called the Lindsay home, and it's on Blondie Street at the Columbia Ranch, which was a location where they filmed many exterior shots. It included New York Street and many of the exterior shots that you do see in films of the Stooges. Now, it's kind of mind-blowing to think that 3 days prior to the attack of Pearl Harbor is when this short was actually released to the public, December 7th, 1941. Now, if you did watch the short Men in Black, which is the famous one, calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, I have reviewed that before, so check it out in my playlist if you haven't. They kind of come up with the same gag because they are doctors, and so they do say when they answer the phone, Howard, Fine, and Howard. It's pretty cool that they call back to it. Also in the beginning, they do this routine that I really love, they always do, and that is when they mix a lot of ingredients together to make a kind of a formula, concoction, and they put all these weird ingredients together. And Mo usually calls out to the other Stooges for certain ingredients that are pretty much gibberish, nonsensical. He goes, Anakanapana, and then they say Anakanapana and give him something. And they keep going with this gag until he finally says, cotton, cotton, cotton! And he screams it, and then they throw it in his face, a big wad of cotton. And you see this in many Stooges shorts, including this one, of course. Now, I'll be jumping around a little bit. If you notice, we have a real alligator that crawls up next to Curly, and there is a band that is wrapped around his mouth, allowing him not to open his mouth to keep, of course, Curly and the actors safe. And then when the gator gets a little bit closer, then you see the mechanical gator. Now, it could be seen as a blooper, but I mean, how else would they have done it? But I just included it in here. It's a pretty cool one, and it's something pretty interesting that they concocted in the 1940s. Now, a bit of a blooper here when we see Curly run into the king's hut. Now, he was first doused in a bit of flour because they're going to quote-unquote put him in the soup and cook him. However, when he went into the hut, you can see that the flour has now disappeared off of his tiger skin. Now, throughout the short, as I mentioned already, Curly has a fur that is tiger striped. I stress that it is striped. But when they're about to get in the boat at the end of the Stooges short, notice it is now circular. It is no longer striped. The patterns in it are circular. You could say it's more like a leopard. And it's really puzzling why it changed. There was no reason in the short. In continuing on, as the Stooges are backing out of the canoe, backing into that lake, you can actually see utility wires in the background. I guess those natives could call for home whenever they wanted to. Now, I'm so curious how many of you spotted this. Check out Curly's right elbow. He has a bandage there, And there's no reason in regards to the story why he would have it there. It is more likely that he had a fall during filming and they had to bandage it up and just keep on with the show as they usually do. So it appeared in the episode in many scenes. That's it for this video, guys and gals. If this is the first one of mine that you've ever seen, please note that I have 58 other Stooge shorts that I previously covered, just like this, with many different bloopers, facts, things you will absolutely blow your mind. We'll see you next time, guys and gals, and don't forget to always stay positive, always better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my Diamond tier patrons: Citizen Kane 359, Paul T, Ricky, Gary N, David D, Sally N, Yasmin G, and Lori K. If you want to be part of the Patreon family, don't forget to take a look at the description with many exclusives that you can enjoy.